So everybody, welcome to another edition of our Drive Time video call, and I'm very, very happy to welcome Ben Hancy to the show. Ben, how you doing, my friend?
Good, not too bad under present circumstances.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Ben, I know what you do in motorsport very, very well indeed, but for those who don't know, Ben Hancy, how are you involved in motorsport?
I guess most people would know me from the Mazda scene and predominantly with 5 Club. But I also had a little play with the BRCC and BARC's version of those championships. Also had a little play with C1s, and we've had a few cracks at the old Race of Remembrance.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, Ben, let's talk last season, shall we? Because it was quite a good year for you. Tell everybody how 2019 went for you.
Well, it was a busy year. So had a crack at a couple of championships, but 5 Club was kind of where my focus was at. And after a fairly tough start at Castle Combe, kind of got my head down, and consistency was the name of the game. I think I was on the podium for the rest of the season, and after a little bit of torment, managed to come out on top and win the championship, which was kind of 5 years in the making, but nice to achieve a goal.
So 5 years in the making, would you say that was your biggest sort of win to date, I suppose, in motorsport?
As definitely achievement. I think probably alongside outright win of the Anglesey Race of Remembrance in 2015 in a Mark 1 Mazda was pretty impressive.
That is superb. So, look, Ben, you've obviously raced a fair bit in your career. Then, is there a particular track that you go to that, when you know it's upcoming, you just get butterflies in your stomach? Where's that dream place that you just love going racing?
I think that's a tough one. That's a bit like asking which one of your favourite children.
Do you know what? You're not the only person who said that. Maybe I should take it off the list.
Which ones I don't want to go to. But I guess Cadwell's always at the top of most people's list, and that certainly is a good test of most drivers. I think Croft is probably my favourite circuit to visit because it's always a good giggle in the paddock, and probably for a number of reasons, the Anglesey Coastal Circuit has got a special place in my heart. Probably most notably because it was the first place I raced.
Yes, and of course that race went in 2015, so no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what then, Ben. Let's take a trip to Anglesey, you and me, and we're at Anglesey, and there's an empty garage here, and I say to you, Ben, I can make any car appear. It can be past, present, race car, road car. What is your dream car that we're going to take out on Anglesey for 10 laps?
Right now, if given the opportunity, I'd take
anything.
I'd take a Mark 1 Mazda and 30 of my mates and go racing. But I think probably the one opportunity, if I'm out on my own, would be the Lola Aston Martin V12. It's got that noise, and it's definitely a box ticking exercise that I'd love to have a crack at.
Yeah, no, definitely. So where's 2020? I know obviously we're on lockdown at the minute, but where was 2020 going for you with regards to motorsport? Are you staying with 5 Club MX-5 to defend the title?
It was definitely part of the plan. It was shaping up to be a really good season. We had a couple of new drivers and a couple of returning drivers that looked like that we were all going to have a pretty good ding-dong for the championship. Hopefully, we'll get back at that. Let's hope it's not a single race weekend season, because that can get messy.
That first corner will be fun, won't it?
I think the other sort of long-term plan is do a bit more endurance stuff and starting to look at building something specific for that job. So hopefully things are still cracking on with that back in the workshop, and we'll have a good opportunity at having a crack at that at least next season if this season doesn't come to fruition.
Yes, yeah. Look, I'm still confident we are going to get racing, probably July. I think we're looking at, but hey, I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but I'm still confident. I think we all are. We will get racing. So Ben, look, one thing we always like to do, and you're going to hate me for this, is we like to have a bit of a laugh at your expense, if that's okay. What we really want to know is, in your racing career, there must have been the odd moment where you thought, "Oh no, why have I done that?" What's been your most embarrassing moment in motorsport?
I don't think we've got the time, even in lockdown, to go through all of them.
So this is a separate show then.
Yeah, I think you'll probably run out of hard disk space, but most of them, it's probably fair to say, involves the imbibement of an adult beverage or two. And I have a bit of habit, more than one occasion, having lost some shoes. But,
oh, okay.
Probably the most infamous one was at Snetterton a couple of years ago, and we have one of those unsung heroes that many motorsport teams has, that keeps the kettle on all weekend and keeps the mechanics fed. And after a couple of adult beverages and a bit of a chat in the paddock, everybody went off to bed. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I crawled out of bed to go and leave myself. And on the way back, I obviously got a little bit lost. And instead of getting in my motorhome, I got in the motorhome of our catering manager. And the story goes that I then crawled into the front driver's seat and put the radio on, which was slightly embarrassing. And whilst most people would have tried to keep their head down the following morning, I realised that along the way I'd obviously kicked my shoes off in their camper van, so I had to go and sheepishly return them.
That's one of the best I've heard so far, Ben. I'm gonna wind you up about that, because we're doing a lot of work with you guys this year. So
you won't be alone.
You wait till I see you. That is a fantastic, embarrassing moment. Ben, look, I'll let you go in a minute. I really appreciate your time today. I've got a couple more questions actually, just before we do pop off. Is there anybody in your sort of motorsport career that you want to give a particular shout out to? Any family, friends, sponsors, anybody like that who've really helped you? And, a bit of an unsung hero, I suppose. We did sort of mention it there, didn't we? So please fire away, give a shout out to whoever you wish.
Yeah, sure. I think first and foremost, the wife and kids who kind of let me have the time to go and play with my hobby. I think most people kind of forget that it's kind of disappearing for a weekend is a bit tough for people who have got other family commitments. I think a big shout out to the guys at BS Motorsport. I think a big part of winning the championship last year was about having the right car and having the confidence that the car was properly prepped. And then a couple of sponsors, Tripod Crest, Disbase, and Clever Hat Software, who kind of help out. And a big mention to MCR Systems, who no longer with me, but did give me a lot of support in the first few years of my career.
Fantastic. Like we say, there's a lot of people who deserve a mention in motorsport, unsung heroes especially. So fantastic. I couldn't have said it better myself. Finally, Ben, one last question, probably the most important question you're probably ever going to be asked ever, is, and this says a lot about the person. If you were a biscuit, Ben, what biscuit would you be and why?
The all-important question.
And in style.
And in prep, I asked my wife what her opinion was, and she said a rich tea, because you're plain and round. So I think in that vein, probably a mini cheddar. It's small, round, and a bit cheeky.
Yeah, mini cheddar. Hey, I love mini cheddars. Nobody said that yet. That's a good one. Ben Hancy, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to see you with 5 Club MX-5 this year. It's going to be fantastic. Best of luck. Hopefully we get a few rounds in so we can actually make a championship of it and you can defend it correctly. Thank you so much for your time. Stay safe and we'll see you soon.
Thanks very much, Ian.
Cheers.